Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for my Cancer collective. Any major Cancer placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, energies in and around you, Cancer. I'm not going to put a time limit on this. This reading is timeless, so whenever you're guided to watch it, there's likely a message in here for you. All right, Cancer, let's jump in and see what kind of energies need to come through for you. We're going to start off with the tea leaf deck today. Interesting. Tower. I think you might be in for a towering moment. Maybe you're going to have to break down a false foundation in order to build a solid foundation. With a lot of effort, you will have success, because I do think you're stepping towards some great happiness, and you've been in a state of depression, great anxiety and worry. Maybe somebody has been working against you. Either way, Cancer, I do believe you will persevere and overcome these problems, and you're definitely going to have to pay attention to your finances. You might be dealing with a thief, but let's see what needs to come through for you, Cancer. And I will call out any zodiac signs that you might be dealing with. Lobster, yeah, I do think you might be in a financial pinch, and that's why you're going to really have to pay attention to your finances. I think there's some discord among some family or friends, and you got some rats in the mix there. You're going to have to be careful. You're not going to want to have to take any risks, I don't think. Either way, I do feel you're struggling financially. Like I said, I think you might be dealing with a thief of some sort. And there's likely somebody far away, a distant friend is thinking about you, somebody loyal that I think you are encouraged to travel towards. I think you are asked to go out towards this distant friend. Maybe somebody you've not talked to in a while, but I do think there's a lot of great passion there. And I think whatever troubling situation you've been in is about to come to a close, and spring is just around the corner. May is the month where things are starting to bloom, but you're going to have to release a very toxic situation, I think, and you do got a lot of hard work ahead. I think get ready for some karmic repercussions. Get ready to reap what you have sown. If you've put good out there, Cancer, then get ready to receive. If you've been a swindler or you've put bad out there, then get ready to reap some negative karma. Hard work is definitely ahead. Definitely hard work if you are to reach your achievements, but you're going to have to break free from this discording situation. Whether it's a one-on-one relationship, you definitely got some friends here that aren't really your friends. I'd call them some frenemies, and it's kind of time to break free from this discord, and you are going to have to be careful. I think somebody's trying to get their claws in you, Cancer, and I think they're doing something with your finances, which has created a financial pinch. And definitely a karmic situation here. I think get ready to face a lot of challenges. You definitely got some obstacles ahead to face. There's definitely some great passion here when it comes to a blooming new romance. Maybe it's time to go out and have some fun with a new group of friends. There's definitely somebody here at a distance. This could be a physical distance or an energetic distance, but they've definitely been thinking about you, and dogs represent loyalty. So there is somebody loyal here and trustworthy that I think you are encouraged to go towards, and I think it's going to take a lot of hard work. Let's see what else needs to come through. Who are you dreaming of going to visit? Somebody at a distance, perhaps? I think it's time for you to disconnect from all of this discord, Cancer. And I do think it's time for you to travel towards somebody that you've been dreaming about for a long time. Get ready to reap what you have sown, because you're definitely going through a major karmic release. And it's kind of time to embrace these changes is kind of what I'm feeling. Disconnect from the drama. Take a time out, take a breather, Cancer. I do feel you definitely want to travel towards somebody, and if you've been dealing with a lot of muddled thinking, clarity is coming. Definitely. You're about to get put right back onto the right path, but I think it is going to be a challenge. I think you definitely got a long way to go. You definitely got a mountain to climb here, Cancer, and you're going through a major karmic release is what I'm feeling. So I think you have been patient. And I think your patience is running thin within a toxic situation, within this group of friends that you've been connected with, and the energy is asking you to disconnect. I think time is of the essence, though, when it comes to going towards this loyal person. I do think clarity is coming, especially surrounding a loving connection. And I think wherever you've been at, There's been a lack of love. There's been a lack of clarity. And it's kind of time to release the shadow aspects of the past. It's time to stop playing into this drama. And I think it's kind of time for you to travel towards this faraway friend, whether it's traveling at a distance, short distance travel, long distance travel. Either way, you are encouraged to travel towards this loyal person that has been thinking about you in order to get back on track and to rebalance the situation. Okay, they wanted me to look at that. So there's definitely a situation in the balance that is going to take a lot of careful planning when it comes to taking action, Cancer. There is a karmic rebalancing taking place, and I think somebody's created a big wedge between you and this loyal person, you and this person that you've been dreaming about too. And I think it's going to be a challenge, without a doubt, in order to rebalance something. And I do feel the universe has a plan. So you might be in store for a tower. I think maybe you're asking yourself why. I think you're questioning everything. I think the universe has kind of stepped in because the universe knows exactly what it is that it's doing. And your life circumstances have been keeping you in a state of fear. And you have the choice to break free from this victim mentality. Maybe you've been the victim of abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. Either way, this discord among your family and friends has really created a low self-worth. And it's time for you to embrace this lesson, to take back your self-worth, and I think maybe to travel towards somebody that does have some healing hands. It's time for you to devote your life to the health and wellness of your own situation and of others. And I do think definitely, I think you've been struggling with your health, and these ravaging effects of this toxic situation has put you deep in a void, and something I think feels like it's missing inside. And I think you've been seeking to fill it, maybe through addictive behaviors. And it's time for you to face this opposition. And I think you've been down on your luck. I think you have been struggling financially, and you've been struggling in all kinds of life situations. And it's time for you to learn this lesson, to step into gratitude. And I do think it's going to take a lot of hard work. You're definitely going to have to exert yourself for little money if you are to break free from this aloneness. I think it's kind of time to embrace the death of a situation that's no longer working. Yeah, definitely dealing with some karma here. You definitely got some karma here. Get ready to reap what you have sown. And I think maybe you've carried a burden on your heart for a very long time, and it's time to acknowledge this burden once and for all if you are to heal it this lifetime, because maybe you're a spiritual teacher. I think maybe you're dealing with somebody that resents the fact that you are letting them go. Maybe you did another wrong in the past, and forgiveness is going to be needed. Maybe you're the one reaping some negative karma here, but liberation is here for the taking. But you're going to have to bring forward an apology if you did somebody wrong in the past in order for this karmic rebalancing. Definitely something's been missing, and I think you've been all up in your head, because I got a really bad headache right now. I think you've been all up in your head. You've been digging deep, trying to understand why you've been seeking to fill this void. And I think this void is this distant friend that has been thinking about you. And I think you've been dreaming about this person too. So maybe it's time to follow the divine instructions that you've been given, and to step towards faithfulness and loyalty. You've got a loyal person here that I think you've not communicated with in quite some time. And you're being called to share the knowledge that you've learned from this ending with this discord among this social circle. I think you're breaking down a status quo foundation. I think you've been in a false foundation built out of materialism and greed. And you've been stuck in fear when it comes to this release. And you know it needs to be released. Maybe you resent the fact that you went down the wrong path with somebody. And I think you've been filling that void with addictive behaviors because something's been missing. This person that you've been dreaming about, maybe. I think it's time for you to reap the rewards of your hard work. Something is coming to fruition. Something is about to be harvested here, and you're definitely dealing with a karmic situation. And I think maybe in the past you weren't faithful with somebody, and maybe now something's coming back to bite you in the ass. What goes around always comes around, and we cannot escape the law of cosmic justice. So I think get ready to be tested with a lot of external influences. Will you remain loyal to this person, this distant friend that you've been dreaming about? Because somebody here is serving as a guide for you. Somebody here is preparing you to guide towards what is truly meant for you. You know, we take nothing with us when we leave this life but the memories that we leave behind. Have you made good memories? Do you want to make better memories? I think something about a telepathic connection, something about the music. You might be dealing with somebody in the public eye, Cancer. I think you've been impaired. I think you've been limited by playing into addictions, and these addictions have enslaved you from stepping into freedom. You always have the choice to take action, Cancer. And whatever circumstance you find yourself in, I do think you're at the mercy of these friends and family that's created all kinds of challenges and obstacles. I think you've got a divine partner on your path here. And you've incarnated this lifetime with your divine counterpart to raise the vibration of the earth. And you're definitely not with this person. I think they've been at a distance for quite some time. And you've been enslaved, lost in a very toxic situation. And it's time for you to ask for mercy. It's time for you to ask for forgiveness, to release this suffering. What amazing creativity can come from this karmic lesson, because you've been in a very codependent situation, Cancer. It's not healthy for your self-esteem. You're definitely too dependent on others for your happiness and your well-being. And this overindulgence has allowed you to play into a lot of pride and a lot of ego. And it's time for you to release that ego if you are to step into these blessings and unlimited abundance that are coming forward. Definitely in a financial pinch. Maybe you're envious of your twin flame. Maybe you're envious of somebody that's a trailblazer for the collective. I think you're in an unconventional situation, and it's time for you to break free from this criminal activity. I think you're victimizing others, or you've been victimizing, and it's kind of time to pay back this karmic debt. You've definitely been greedy, clinging to a materialistic foundation because of the possessions, and you've allowed these possessions to hold power over you, and the universe will not reward your efforts until you go towards what it is that you've been guided to go towards. Definitely a big, big lesson here. And it's time for you to break free from this suffering that you've been playing into. I think you've been playing the martyr. I think you've been playing the victim, and it's kind of time to break free from that lack mentality. Get ready to defend yourself. I think you're up against all kinds of challenges, all kinds of accusations when it comes to a connection where you felt caged to it. Capricorn, Leo, the energy is saying it's time to take action and to defend yourself. You're going to have to defend yourself. Get ready to defend yourself, Cancer. Get ready to pack up and move homes, because there is a brand new beginning here. But you're going to have to go in a new direction. You're going to have to communicate this ending. You're going to have to speak up for yourself. You're going to have to embrace authenticity. Aquarius energy, I think you're at the divine why, and you've been caged, dealing with addictions, dealing with extreme codependencies, and somebody's got you by the balls is what I feel, Cancer. And it's kind of time to learn this lesson, to break free from this self-deception, this manipulation. If you are to have that brand new beginning, you're being asked to take back control of your life. Are you the leader of your life? Because if you're not, then you better be. It's time to take back your power. It's time to do what you know is right if you are to rebalance these karmic scales. I think you've been blocked in the heart. You've not been emotionally available, and the doorway is opening up in order for a union with your twin soul counterpart. There's a brand new beginning in love here. There's an opportunity to heal the past and to start over. This is what you prayed for. This is what you asked for. This is your wish fulfillment, Cancer. But you might have to swallow your pride, and you might have to come forward with an apology. I think there's deep regrets over a missed opportunity that likely could have led to a very abundant foundation, a legacy for the future. I think you got swindled by something very karmic. You've been dancing with the devil, playing deep within some underworld shadow aspects. And once again, you're going to have to take action if you are to break free from this manipulative behavior. I don't think you've been communicating with this person that you know is very loyal at a distance. And maybe it's time to bring forward a whole lot of truth and transparency if you are to heal a broken connection from the past. I think you got duped by a third-party entity, maybe somebody that was connected to your social structure, somebody connected to your family, and it's created all kinds of discord. I think there's gossip, there's drama, people are talking about you. And I think you deeply regret a missed opportunity from the past. I think you've been dealing with somebody that's been suppressing you, going through a period of depression, soul suppression, and it's kind of time to break those chains, Cancer. Let's see what else the universe has for you. You've been living in fantasy land. You've been living in an illusion, holding on to something that's not yielded any growth. Definitely living in an illusion. You've been holding on to a fantasy. You very well could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Leo or a Pisces. But I think get ready for illusions to be shattered, because you're being asked to find your strength and your fortitude to break free from this illusion. Because there is a brand new spark being ignited, a brand new flame being lit, and I think Pandora's box has been opened and you're not going to be able to avoid this shakeup. If you want to reap those rewards, you're going to have to rebalance the situation. The Justice card, the High Priestess, indicating secrets. There's not been communication in a long time. Could be up to 4 years. 8 years, and the energy is saying you have to take action. I think you've been struck by Cupid's arrow, and I think maybe this was unexpected, but you could be dealing with a High Priestess. You could be dealing with somebody that has a direct connection to God source energy, and maybe somebody's been warning you of this tower coming. Something about the moon cycles. I think there's definitely going to be a rebalancing around that Libra full moon, because you've been playing the martyr. You've been in a period of confusion, disillusionment. You've been living in fantasy land, definitely been living in an illusion, and you have the power to communicate what it is that you need, what it is that you desire. It's going to take communication. You have all of the tools that you need, Cancer, but you got to stop playing the victim. You need to embrace a shift in consciousness. I think get ready for a new outlook, an aha moment, an awakening of some sort, because you're breaking free from this illusion. Definitely a major wake-up call with the Fool. I think you made a foolish decision in the past, and I think this has betrayed you. I think you betrayed yourself. Either way, the straw that breaks the camel's back is coming full circle. That final nail in the coffin, definitely with the karmic feminine energy, and I think you're going to be cutting people, places, and things out of your life in order for you to quickly move in a new direction, to rebalance the scales with somebody that I feel has a connection to God source. Yeah, I think you definitely have a fear of being alone. I think you are definitely courted to something toxic because you didn't know your worth. You didn't know your value. You definitely owe somebody an apology. I think you got caught up in something very toxic and you didn't value a pre-empress in the past, and maybe this isn't even on the table anymore. Either way, if you want your life to get back in balance, you're going to have to come forward with an apology. Somebody owes you an apology, or you owe somebody an apology for these addictive behaviors. I think this has been a long time coming. Like I said, there's a lot of memories here, a lot of nostalgia here. There's a deep soulmate connection here. The two of you have a lot of love for one another, but you're going to have to come forward with something stable. You're going to have to come forward with something. I think you've been planning on sneaking away from a toxic situation when it comes to a karmic cycle coming full circle. Maybe you stayed due to finances. I do think you're struggling financially, and this is part of this karmic rebalancing. I think you're facing, karmic judgment for a past poor decision, and you're being presented this crossroads energy. What are you going to swallow, the blue pill or the red pill? You always have a choice. We do have free will, but you're going to have to take action, I think, to make amends for some blocked communication in the past if you want to work together with this pre-empress energy that I don't even know if she's got an offer on the table anymore. There's that tower. You're about to get thrown out of something very toxic. Get ready for a major wake-up call. This is imminent. You've definitely built a foundation on materialism and greed, something false, and it's kind of time to plant those seeds in a new direction. If you want to work well with somebody, you're going to have to allow this false structure to break down because it's really prevented you from ultimate fulfillment. Your wishes are here. There's definitely an awakening moment and something being illuminated about wish fulfillment. You're going through a period of expansion. And I think you've been under the veil of illusion. Strong Pisces. I think you're dealing with the Pisces. Doesn't have to be. Or a Leo. But this has been a long-standing burden. I think you're hitting rock bottom. And this is part of you learning a valuable lesson, a strict Saturn lesson as part of your expansion, your growth. In order to get that new outlook on a situation, you're going to have to send a message. A message is required. A couple of pages here, actually 3 pages. I think you're dealing with some children in the mix. Maybe you've held on to a foundation because of the children. I think some children got hurt in this toxicity due to addictions. I think you're dealing with third-party drama, and it's kind of time to rebalance the situation and to moderate your life. And I think you've been all up in your head. That's why I got this headache. So I think, you know, at one point in time, maybe this situation looked like wish fulfillment and it's turned into a freaking nightmare. And you need to go through a period of healing. I do think you're deeply hurting, missing somebody from the past without a doubt. And there's victory here, but it's going to take a lot of communication and some action, and you're going to have to expand beyond this karmic situation. And maybe you are in a financial pinch. I think you're hitting rock bottom, and I think this does hurt. This is something you've not wanted to look at for quite some time. And I think you're sitting in a whole lot of truth. And victory lies on the other side of breaking free from something very toxic. I think you've been in the throes of challenge, chaos, conflict, manipulation. You could be dealing with somebody that belittles you or emotionally manipulates you with their communication. And it's kind of time to expand beyond this very toxic situation. Let's see what's hidden below the surface for you, Cancer. Death. Death. All endings lead to new beginnings. Scorpionic energy. Yeah, time's up. You spent a lot of time working on a very toxic situation, and it's kind of time to shed the old to bring in the new. If you want loyalty in your life, then you have to be loyalty. And I think you weren't loyal to a connection in the past, and these seeds were planted a very long time ago. And you're going through profound transformation, the death of the old to bring in the new. And it's funny, I put it right on that moon energy. Definitely some illusions have been shattered for Cancer. So we're going to get a potential outcome. Beautiful. Definitely learning a valuable lesson. And you will reap what you have sown. Something is coming full circle. And definitely dealing with an Empress. You're about to give birth to a twin soul union, I feel. And I think you did not value this person in the past. There's a feminine that you're dealing with, Taurus Libra, that is about to reap her harvest. She's about to reap the rewards of her efforts, and I think you're going down. And if you want stability in your life, you're going to have to communicate with this Empress. If you want victory in your life, you're going to have to communicate with this Empress. And I feel you've been through the war zone. Let's just get a few more clarifiers on this Empress, Cancer. Yeah, the Lovers, the Three of Cups, Judgment. You're facing some very harsh karmic judgment. I think you're going through a period of soul retrieval. You went towards a toxic connection instead of this Empress, and I don't think you valued her. I think the universe is hitting you hard with some karma because you did not value a true counterpart. You went towards third-party drama. You went towards a masquerade, an illusion, and that illusion is getting shattered. The masks are falling off. And you're being presented with that divine why. You're going to have to make an unexpected choice in love. If you want a reconciliation with this Empress, you're going to have to come forward with the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's going to take authenticity, transparency, and you're going to have to take off that mask because the energy is saying you can't keep juggling two people. And I think you've been on the fence for quite some time, juggling two. And it's time to throw the dice up in the air and to take a leap of faith, to take a risk, and however the chips fall, let them fall. But I think you were giving to more than one in the past, and very well could have been a Taurus. And I kind of feel you're going through the death of a very karmic situation. Plutonian energy, death, rebirth, transformation. In order to bring in this new abundant energy, you're going to have to let the old die away. And I think you've been dreaming about this Empress for quite some time. And very well could be dealing with a Taurus. Cancer energy coming through. It's time to heal the past. It's time to communicate openly and honestly if you are to build a legacy for the future. I think maybe you were a player in the past and it's time for you to mature and rise. To rise above the drama. There's my little peanut in the background, guys. Are you saying hi? My little stardom. Anyway, so it's kind of time to rise, to be that visionary leader. Definitely visionary leader energy. You very well could have some fire in your chart, but I think it's time to mature beyond fear and commitment. Maybe you feared commitment. Either way, you've been dealing with a lot of power struggles, as within, so without, and it's time for you to stop the fighting. It's time for you to move beyond the fighting, to move beyond the challenges, to go after what it is that you truly desire if you are to have victory and success. I think maybe you ghosted somebody in the past and you've been spending a lot of time going within, trying to learn this lesson. I think you've got a lot of valuable wisdom that you've learned out of this karmic cycle. And I do think you're struggling financially. And if you want that abundance, you're going to have to come forward and give it your all. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. So are you ready to take that first step forward? Because your ships are about to sail away, Cancer, if you don't walk away from this very dissatisfying situation once and for all. You're in search of wish fulfillment, but it's time to shatter this illusion that you've been living in and to expand beyond it. It's time to rise above, Cancer. You're at the divine why. I think you're at rock bottom learning a very painful lesson. Maybe about communication, maybe about ghosting. Maybe you need to find your passion and your drive to go forward and make that choice as hard as it is, because the divine is saying it's time for this reconciliation. It's time for you to bring forward a solid, stable offer. So let's get you a couple last messages from Spirit. What you have been through will only make you stronger. The worst part is over. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerfully amazing, liberating thing. Doesn't mean you permit others to mistreat you. I think you need to seek forgiveness, or somebody is asking forgiveness from you. Either way, you will not be able to move forward until this situation is rebalanced. I think you're dealing with a spiritual coach, a spiritual teacher, healer, somebody that could even be a reader. And there's a lot of love and support there that you are being asked to seek out. Stop overthinking. It's very unhealthy. Let go of these obsessive thought patterns and just go for it. Let's see what else needs to come through for you, Cancer. The circumstance you find yourself in is definitely not worthy of any more time. Release it. You need to trust your intuition. I don't think you've been listening to your gut intuition, and it's time for you to trust your intuition. And it's really time for you to get rigorously honest about what's going on, because you've not been honest, and you're going to have a lot of obstacles to overcome. You're dealing with an Empress here who is a pillar of strength within the community. And I think she's been waiting a long time for you to get this wake-up call. I think you're in a very tough situation. You're going to have to find your strength and your determination to recover. You might have to start with a clean slate. You might have to start from ground zero. And you're going to have to process these deep emotions that you've been repressing for quite some time, because vulnerability truly is a strength. And you're going to have to trust your intuition. Everything happens for a reason. And I think pretty soon everything is going to come full circle and you're going to understand exactly why. If you're wondering if this Empress will take you back, I think the universe is saying the answer is yes. But you got to get honest with yourself about what is going on, and you got to get honest with the people around you. I think get ready for a wake-up call, a major epiphany, because you're being pushed on a new pathway, Cancer. And that's what I have for you. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.